Hey, beautiful people. It's your girl Rocqi from Rocky's Reactions and the It's a Real podcast. Please subscribe and help us get monetized. So that way we can have a video editor because I'm going to put the link to the video I'm reacting to in the description box below. But if we had a video editor, you could see it too. So today's Rocky's Reactions will be to the Roommates podcast. Ladies, men don't care about your job or money. Oh, spicy. And while you're here, don't forget to check out my personal YouTube channel, Life is Rocqi. You can definitely subscribe to that. I have that link to the description, link to that in the description box below. Can't speak today, words. And that's me not reacting to videos. I'm just speaking about some of these issues just from my own perspective. So, without further ado, as MTR says, let's get to it.
This is Hafeez from the Roommates podcast, your favorite podcast in the whole wide world. And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, hit the subscribe button below. Make sure you hit that ringer so that you can get notifications whenever the podcast is out. As always, the podcast is available on audio. So if you listen to it on audio, you can go ahead and check it out there, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud, Google Play, wherever.
Oh, this is like a whole
audio. We are there.
Thing.
And today, let's go ahead and jump right into it.
All right, thank you.
You guys are ready.
Yes.
And before you get mad and frustrated and dislike the video or be angry, relax. We're going to talk about this. You will understand it. It will make sense by the end of the video. And this topic is very difficult for some because it triggers you, gives you an emotional response. But I want you to listen to this carefully because I feel like it's going to help a lot of you guys. So, recently I've been on tour with Stefan Labossiere, aka Stefan Speaks. If you don't follow Stefan on Instagram, make sure you follow him. Instagram.com/Stefan Speaks, or look him up on Instagram. And we're on tour, traveling the country, been to probably like 15, 20 different cities so far.
Okay,
and
Hafeez.
Hundreds of women from all around the country. And at the end of these sessions, a bunch of women come up and they ask Stefan a question. And then there's one question that we get every single city and never fails. And I'm going to go ahead and share that question to you guys real quick. What a lot of women ask is they say, Stefan, I'm successful, have my own place, have a nice car, I have a great career, I have a good amount of money. How come I don't attract more men? Or how come more men are not interested in me? How come more men are not talking to me? And this is something in which, like I said, we hear it so many times. And one thing that I
just want to say, unless you're doing 50-50, because otherwise then I could see. But if you got all of that, but his money is our money and your money is your money, I think we found the problem. It doesn't add anything to him. Like, your career, your education, that's for you, boo-boo. Who benefits from that? You. So why would that be attractive to him if it doesn't impact him? Now, ain't nobody saying people, like, men want airheaded women. No, they want some intellect, because you also have to think about who is going to be the mother of their children. They want someone to teach their children, pass down their intellect, like, so yeah. Think about it. Like, yeah, why would they care? Like, knowledge can be received outside of college. Hey, that rhymes. But yeah, so.
Lies, and I'm going to put it to you straight. Men don't care about your career. Men don't care about your job. And men don't care about your ambition. Now I'm going to explain. I'm going to say that one more time. When it comes to attraction, men don't care about your job, men don't care about your career, and men do not care about your ambition. You see, when it comes to men and women, though we're very unique, we're also very different. I think most people can agree to that. But also when it comes to sexual attraction, men are attracted to certain things and women are attracted to certain things. right? Our attraction is different. What I've seen a lot of people do, and to be honest with you, I did it when I was very young, is that a lot of people think that because I'm a woman and I'm attracted to these things in a man, men are attracted to these things in a woman and vice versa. So I'm gonna give you guys my story. You know, when I was younger, in my early 20s, I was like, yo, like interested in a girl, and I started dating another guy, and I was like, yo, why is a girl interested in guy A and not me? I look better than guy A, or you know, I have a better body than guy B. And then somebody was like, but he's a doctor. Well, he's a lawyer. And I was like, dude, I don't care, but I don't care about his job, but I look better. And he said to me, like, when it comes to attraction, stability, and status, way more than just sheer physical attraction for most women.
Yep, I'm the exception. And I understand that. I've always been different than majority of women. But yeah, for me, looks were never on my standards nor core value list because I'm more sexually attracted to women than I am to men. So with men, there are other things that can impact my physical attraction to them. Like if they have the mind, the spirit, if they have my values, like if they have other stuff that makes them more physically attractive. Versus women, I do need off the bat physical and sexual attraction. I need other things too, but off the bat, I need that with women. So I was different. Money and status was never important to me. I don't value those things. What was important to me is your impact. It's specifically on Black America. Like what's your legacy going to be? How are you positively impacting, changing this world for the better? That's what I need to know. You know, it's not only enjoying what you do, but also helping people. So I needed someone to do that. And I found that in my life partner also. But a lot of women do care about that. And I do get the stability piece for sure. And that's where we're trying to create this passive and residual income. Please subscribe. But yeah, I'm different, but I do understand that a lot of women care about the clout for bragging rights. And ain't nobody else in my relationship. It's me and him. Even though I'm polyamorous.
Obviously, am I speaking about everybody because everybody's different. So what is also true is that when it comes to male attraction, in reality, what guys care about the most, as everybody knows, is looks. Guys care about looks the most, and then far second place is
because women is fine. Women are fine.
Personality, right? And if they're religious, and spirituality comes in third. But the looks
is
the most personality, right? And if they're religious, and spirituality comes in third. But the looks is the most important thing. The career and the job and the ambition, that is for you. Yes, it's 2019 and women are exceeding, women are excelling, and I'm not diminishing your job. I'm not belittling your job. I'm not looking down upon your ambition. But what I'm saying is, in the sexual marketplace, when it comes to attracting somebody of the opposite gender, if you're
And shout out to the male-dominated spaces who are talking about the sexual marketplace or the dating marketplace or market value and things like that. Like, I think we haven't had those conversations about how to date and what to look for in dating. We haven't had those conversations. So I'm glad that those conversations are being had now.
Woman, your career, your status, your job, those things don't attract men.
Uh-oh. It's an ad. I want you to get your money. Get your money, get your money, get your money.
As most people pointed out, you have millionaires, billionaires dating beautiful models, girls in their 20s, girls who live at their parents, girls who stay 5 girls to an apartment, they date them, they marry them, and then you always find CEOs, great lawyers, really successful women who are single. Because like I said, male attraction is different than female attraction. For a man, most men, like I said, I'm generalizing here, so please take everything with a grain of salt. Most men think of their job as to protect and to provide. That's what they think their job is, right? And so most men are not looking for a woman to provide for him, which is why the job doesn't mean much for him. Because most guys think about it like, I want to work as if the bills depend upon me, if the family depends upon me. He's not thinking, oh, we're teammates, we put the money together and all that stuff. No, he thinks about, I'm ambitious, I'm driven, I want the buck to stop at me. So therefore, he's not.
So I understand that, and I think we just did the episode on the It's a Real podcast. Please subscribe. What's the black man's role in the family? So I'll put the link to that in the description box below. But I think Oso was saying protect and provide, whereas I said definitely protection, because my man protects me from other men, and I definitely realize that, especially because I'm queer. However, with the provide, I do think it's team. Like I understand where he's coming from, but that's not what I value. Like, I want us to be a team and providing for each other and for our family. So what I would say my two roles would be is the protector and the mentor. Because Oso is so wise and so committed to growth and just a pleasant person, just all up in his happiness and optimism. But he teaches me every day. So he's definitely one of my mentors. So I realized how important that was to me from a man, especially because of how close I was to my dad and what that role has looked like for me with the positive men in my life. So yeah, check out that episode. It was a really good episode. But yeah, let's get to it.
Fascinating about the girl and her job and her career, it doesn't do as much for the guy, if any at all. And as some of you guys are saying, what about the guys, who are like Miss Independent and guys who like the girls who have their own? While I think those songs and those ideas are far from the truth, because look at the numbers alone, I think what happens is for some guys who are very successful and are very hesitant with their money, the only reason they want other women who might have a good job and a lot of money is because he doesn't want her to take his own. So it's not because of attraction. It's not like he's like, oh, I like that, I'm attracted to that. A lot of times, in my personal opinion, it's based upon paranoia. He's afraid of the girl without money taking his money and leaving him. These are the hyper successful guys, the decamillionaires and beyond. So sometimes these guys will go for a woman who has money, so he knows that if we divorce, if you leave me, at least you have your own money, so you're not taking my own. But then at the same time, like I said, those stories, in my opinion, are far in between, because you look at a lot of these guys and the women that they marry, they're not CEOs, they're not hotshot lawyers, they're not, Fortune 500 company executives. They're not the ones these guys are marrying, because, like I said, with male attraction, it is physical. And that's just how it is. Like I said, if you want to study evolutionary biology, we can get into that rabbit hole. But that's something I really want to reiterate, because I don't want to sound like I'm dismissing women who are really pursuing their careers. What I'm saying is, let that be for you. If that makes you happy, that brings you joy, do that. Go after that. Like I said, I'm not telling women to not go after their careers. I'm not telling women to do what makes them happy. But what I'm telling you is that these things are not going to sexually attract men, right? We had this discussion on our Instagram Live, and this one girl brought up, she was like, it's like cooking, right? So if a man can cook, is that cool? Yes.
My man can throw down. I am very thankful and highly favored.
Is that a great feature on the attractive scale? I don't know where cooking falls in compared to status, compared to confidence, compared to height, compared to looks.
Yeah, none of those were important to me.
I don't think cooking makes the top 5.
For me,
also, like I said,
it wasn't on my list, but damn, it's a nice bonus.
Your career, your ambition, your job, I don't even think it makes most guys top 10 in the characteristics they're looking for in a woman. So,
fit, feminine, and flexible. Check out Life is Rocqi's, my personal YouTube channel, my Becoming a Feminine Woman series, where I actually was talking about some of the reasons why men like younger women that Hafeez from the Roommates podcast was talking about.
Ladies, my advice is that, one, always do what makes you happy. But if you are genuinely interested in attracting more men, You, therefore, must take the responsibility to do things to make yourself more attractive, right? Whether that's eating healthier, whether that's going into the gym, whether that's dealing with all the stress, whether that's, like Stefan talked about, tap into your feminine energy. Those are things which are going to attract men. Not your job, not your career, and not your...
Sorry, I kind of zoned out.
Whether that's going into the gym, you, therefore, must take the responsibility to do things to make yourself more attractive, right? Whether that's eating healthier, whether that's going into the gym, whether that's dealing with all the stress, whether that's, like Stefan talked about, tap into your feminine energy. Those are
just did an episode 2.
Which are going to attract men. Not your job, not your career, and not your ambition. Those things are for you. Those things men are not interested in. And like I said, I'm obviously generalizing. There are exceptions to the rules, but simply, I challenge you, do your own research. Look at some of the most successful women that you know, Fortune 500 company leaders, actresses, CEOs, people like those in those lines, doctors, lawyers, not the beautiful ones, right? Because a lot of times people go to the beautiful ones, just like the average looking ones who are in those high positions, and see how many of them are attractive men. Then go to the girls who are just simply beautiful and they don't have any money, no job, and none of the crazy ambition these girls have, and see how many of them are married and attractive men. And I'm telling you, those numbers will be astronomically different.
Yeah. There's always exceptions to the rule. However, you are not always the exception. Sorry. But yeah, I do agree that some men are like, I want you to do your own thing. So yeah, you aren't totally dependent on me. I do see that and agree with that. And I was one of those. Like, I never wanted to be entirely dependent on anybody else. I'm cool with interdependence. Talked about that too on Life is Rocqi. But yeah, so I agree. I know it's hard for some women to hear. Like I was saying in one of my episodes of my Becoming a Feminine Woman series that like I spent a decade on my education and my career. So yeah. Like for someone to say after a decade that does not matter in my relationships. Well, like goddamn. I feel some type of way, but I get it. I understand. So please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and share. I feel like more of these conversations need to be had, especially from a woman's perspective. And make sure you subscribe. Help us get monetized. All right, thanks. Take care of you. Peace and love.